survivor. I'm a survivor, survivor. Who will be the ultimate survivor? Let's find out when you spend a day in our shoes. All you creators, our sanctuaries waiting. Who will win the title? Well, it could be you. Survivor, survivor. I'm a survivor.
We're late. We are absolutely late. 9 minutes late. And who cares whose fault it is? Who cares? Who really cares? Do we really care whose fault it is?
Yeah,
We're
here.
We are here now. We are here now.
Can I bend this down just?
It's very it's very exciting to be here. Thank you guys for waiting. I know some of you guys are already at 9 o'clock and it's your bedtime, and there's other folks that's still early for them. It's probably still daylight in California, and they're probably out enjoying beautiful weather. I don't know. But we are very excited to be here. I want to start off by showing you what happened yesterday. Can I show what happened yesterday?
I can't wait for you to show them.
Y'all watch this.
It might be allowed.
I'm gonna stand over here. Listen, I didn't dress for this.
Okay. That's good.
Why am I being videoed?
No.
I am. I see two cameras stuck on me. It says tarantula.
It might be.
What's going on here? Seriously.
Don't be scared of it. You ready?
No?
Here you go.
What in the world is this? Oh, no, you did not. Oh. Hold on. Can y'all see this?
Aww.
It says Longhorn Lester is a honorary member. Even though I can't even climb that damn ladder. Y'all gonna let me? Yeah, I was named an honorary member of the South Polk County Volunteer Fire Department yesterday. Jamie and I went to a fundraiser over there. They were having the chili bean
soup cook-off.
Huh?
The chili beans and soup, right? Wasn't that the three?
Soups, yeah. So there was gumbo, there was potato soup, which I'm about to have another bowl of right now. There was chili, there was Jamie, there was a lot of different things there.
They had street corn, they had lemon, like this lemon shake up thing that like had compressed air in it to make it fizzy. Like they did really neat things. But this right here.
Well, the thing is, no one knew what was going on. And well, I mean, none of us knew what was going on. And then at some point when we got ready to leave, I noticed that Chris had walked over and whispered something to Jamie. And I was kind of like, I'm sitting there throwing all of our trash away. And I'm like, why would like the fire chief be whispering to Jamie? And I'm like, what's going on? She goes, nothing. And that made me even more suspicious. I'm like, okay. So there's 100 people standing around eating and hanging out, and there's a long line. Mr. David and Miss Pat were there in line. We just finished talking to them. So we start walking, towards the truck, and I noticed that there was a fire truck had pulled up alongside our truck, and I couldn't even back out at that point. So I'm like, oh Lord, what's going on here? And then all these firemen are standing around, and they all of a sudden I realized that they're kind of pushing me up against the truck. And I didn't know what was going on. And then all of a sudden they kind of cornered me, and I turn around, and then Jamie has her phone out.
That's what Chris told me to do. He was like, when you walk to your car, get your phone out. And I was like, okay. I had no idea what was going on, but.
So she pulled her phone out, and next thing I know, I was presented with a honorary member of the South Polk County Volunteer Fire Department for Longhorn Lester. And I just want to say that this is very important that you guys know that this is not really me. This is more you than me. I know for a fact that the fire department was very blessed with the fundraiser that we hosted and the amount of money that we were able to raise on their behalf. And I don't know exactly what all they allotted that money for, but I know that they did some really neat things, and there's more things happening. And I guess they may have taken some and bought this, or is this used or is this new? Can you tell?
It smells pretty new.
It smells kind of new. So they may have bought me a fireman's hat. I don't know if it's real. It might be from China. It could be plastic. I don't know. But looky here. I have a visor in case there's ashes and things blowing in my face. I can protect my eyes. I have this really cool protective layer that goes around my neck. So if I was to buckle it on,
Hold
look.
on. I think you might have lights.
And oh, these are LED lights. Now
I don't know how to turn those
you have
on.
to charge them. They
Oh.
told me I have to charge it, but you got to charge.
I just see a switch back there.
There's a switch, and so these over here light up. So I literally could. I don't know, Jamie. I love this. I don't really want to wear it and mess it up, but I could if I needed to. And there are times every year when I need a good fire hat. So next time I scream holler, bring not only the water hose, but also bring my fireman's hat. And this makes it a whole lot more official. But we're so blessed. I was telling everybody yesterday, I was trying hard not to cry. I was trying so hard not to get emotional because that made me very emotional. Putting that hat on, standing alongside true heroes and the fellows who were there. And I remember my mind has almost gone blank, but there was Chris, the fire chief. I know his boss that was there. Who is above the fire chief? The captain? What do you call that guy who's in charge of everything? He was there. And then Randy, one of the firemen who we've worked with before, was there. We also, Jaime, is his name Jamie or Jaime?
His name's Jamie.
His name is Jamie, but we call him Jaime so as not to interfere with my, so we can tell who's who. And they presented me with that hat. And boy, I was welling up. I was welling up. So all I remember that I said is that we never knew how blessed we were going to be when we purchased this property. Because when you purchase property, you look at the property and what's on the property. You never think about who your next door neighbors are. You never think about how good are the people who serve you, with your police and your fire and your EMS and your first responders. And I tell you what, how darn blessed are we that Longhorn Lester's has done so much for us, for the animals, but also the people that we're surrounded by make this property 10 times what we paid for it. It does, y'all. It makes this property 10 times what we paid for it. And I was just, I held it together. I'm almost going to cry now, but I held it together. And boy, we were just so darn blessed. And then that was neat. We come home and we feasted again, and we have even more leftovers now. So what are you going to say about it?
Oh, I was emotional too, but I was trying to hold it together because I was videoing and didn't want to, heavy breathe on the phone. But I thought it was really special because Chris's wife, Wendy, came running out. We're carrying our bags of soup to go, and she comes out and she goes, "Give me your bags." And Lester thought that she wanted a hug. She was like, "You can hug me too, but I want your bags." I
know, right? Let's talk about something real fast. The 10 percenters. Let's talk about the 10 percenters, shall we? In case you guys don't know this, I'm going to hurt some feelings here. I'm going to hurt 10% of your feelings. Yeah, 10% of the folks watching us.
Hold on, maybe they mean people in the comments.
Well, maybe they do. Maybe you know what? Maybe they do. Was I jumping the gun on that?
I think so.
Let me go ahead and hide that comment then, because what I assume they meant was my immaturity. But in reality, I want to remind y'all of who you met a long, long time ago. All right, so this here's, excuse me, con permiso, señor. Ella parece ser como esa mujer aquí. Hate me, but I don't know. This is just it's like a whole new you, and I just cannot wait to see how beautiful my girl. Oh, I love you so much, baby.
Good morning, honey.
Hey, y'all. In case you don't know this, we are so much more than an animal channel. Please remember that. we are so much more than a animal channel. Animal channels are a dime a dozen. You can jump on those all day long just to see what so-and-so's goats are doing and what so-and-so's cows are doing. And so-and-so has some chickens doing this. Those channels, y'all, they are in an abundance on Facebook and YouTube. And you can follow them all day long if you want serious animal people who know what they're doing. But Jamie and I, we're not those people. We have fun and we laugh and we play, and we've been doing that from the beginning. Now, there's 10% of you, and I know that is a real number. There's 10% of you, because I counted, Jamie. I counted every comment. There's 10% of you who don't get that. Now, maybe the excuse is you're new. Maybe the excuse is you're just mean. You just got a cold stone heart. I don't know. But that 10% is actually a real thing. You know, that's not just for this channel.
No, it's all around.
I always talk about my boss. I talk about my boss all the time. I love her. She was the most amazing woman I worked for 25 years. And so talk about getting to know somebody. You get to work for someone for 25 years. You get to know about them. And I remember one time she talked about 10 percenters. And you may have already heard this. I can't read a comment, y'all. They're flying by so fast. But she talked about how 90% of the workforce, any workforce, is going to be compliant and follow expectations and adhere to rules and regulations. But there's always going to be 10% that are going to constantly try to go against, try to find some way to nitpick and pretty much be a thorn in your side. And I always thought that was pretty accurate, sitting there in a faculty meeting with, let's just say, 100 teachers. And sometimes I'd be kind of bored. So I would count those 10. Out of the 100 teachers, I could count the 10 that were just, no one liked them. They were the naggers, the complainers, the ones that always found a reason to extend meetings even longer, to complain and to whine about everything. And I thought, wow, how does my boss know about that 10%? Because I could count the 10 of them. And if lo and behold, I don't eventually start driving a school bus, and guess what? A different boss had a meeting with all the new employees. He goes, I'm going to tell y'all right now. He goes, 90% of the drivers here are happy with their job. They like their routes. They love their kids. They get along great with their parents. And he goes, but you're going to find 10% of them. And I'm like, that's weird. Different boss, and they have that same number thing. And if Jamie, I kid you not, you could hear the radio of all the drivers doing what they have to do throughout the route. And there were some that were always complaining and always bickering. And if there was ever anything that to be compliant with the rules, they were the ones standing at the door trying to find someone to argue with. And I'm like, wow, how does that 10% work? Well, guess what? We find ourselves on a very large social media platform, several channels, and we're so blessed for 90% of you all. But I'll tell you what, there are about 10% of you who all you do is come here every single day looking for a new fight, looking for a new argument, looking for a new angle on why you hate so darn much. So I'm just going to let you know that we are not an animal channel. We are so much more. And if that's too much for you, then go find some of those channels that are less. Seriously.
Yeah, in the words, that's one of my most favorite phrases. In the words of Elise Myers, one of my favorite content creators.
Love her.
If we are too much, you can go find less. And I think that, the 10% rule, what they say in my line of work is that 10% of your clients, or 10% of your contracts, or 10% of your responsibilities will cause 90% of your problems.
Wait, so 10% of those people can cause 90% of your problems.
Yeah. So you spend
Don't you think they love that? Don't you think that those people thrive on that?
And that's what I think about this too, is that those 10%, and this is what makes me sad about it, is because to me, if I sat down and had a real conversation with those 10% individually and found out like what makes you just so pissed and to like seek us out every day to find a new reason to be pissed about and to message about and to stir the pot about, they're probably someone who's pretty broken inside. Don't get me wrong, we're all broken. We all have things, but there's probably somebody that is just hurt in some way that is just lashing out for attention.
Misery. There's a quote. Misery loves misery, or misery. There's something about misery.
Loves company.
Misery loves company. I don't think that's it, is it? Misery. There's something about misery. Maybe that's kind of true.
Yeah.
Maybe they're just hurting.
And that's why I just think to myself, like, I feel sorry for those people in a way, because I feel like that they've been hurt in some way and triggered in
Misery
some
loves
sense.
company. You were right.
And this is their angle to try to seek that attention. And there's so many different ways to where you don't have to feel so bad every day and try to make others around you feel just as crappy too, to follow you.
You're going to be mad because we've talked about stop doing this. We know people have bad days, but it's not really fair for someone having a bad day to bring others down around them. So I'm just going to say to a sweet lady who I'm sure is a wonderful person named Carol, another sweet lady who's Patty, P-A-T-T with an I, they will no longer be spreading their joy on our page. The funny thing is, you can, I forgot how it works. On Facebook, you can completely ban them, so they can't even find you. On YouTube, you can't ban them. They can still find you. They can still comment, but no one can read it. No one will ever be able to read it. And that's kind of sad and kind of funny, because if they wanted a voice so bad and they end up going to every comment on your page trying to find their voice, and now they're going to still do that. They're going to still go to every comment, yet no one's ever going to read it. You're going to do all that time and no one's ever going to hear you. So I don't understand really why we have to be that way and why it has to be that way. Thank you. Misery loves company is what everyone's saying, Jamie, over and over and over. But, this is the month of October, and traditionally we have always we always do celebrate all of the holidays. We do stuff for Christmas. We do stuff for Thanksgiving. We do stuff for Halloween. We do stuff for 9/11. We do stuff to commemorate, different events on the calendar. And we love that. We love that. And that's who we've always been. It's who our children are becoming. And that is who you have come to love about us, or what you've come to love about us. And so here we are in the month of October, where we traditionally do multiple skits that kind of lead up to a big finale. And those have already started. And we've been blessed. The page has grown quite a bit this year. And so I'm not completely upset that people don't know that we're more than just animals, but we are. So I'm taking this moment to remind you all that we are a lot more than just animals. Today, it was funny, and this is just kind of a small thing, but it's hilarious. I was down in the woods, and what you do when you're making videos, Jamie knows this is true. You seek opportunities. You look for those opportunities that arise. And so my sweet Sadie was with me, and Sadie ends up, I don't know if she's smelling or following the trail of something, and she ends up going down to the cabin in the woods, and she jumps through the open door. Well, I'm not going to play the entire video. I don't want to. I want to show you what could be an amazing blooper. Let me just play it for a minute. Hold on. So this is a part of what I showed you. Sadie? I know she's here somewhere. Not to worry. Nothing's going to happen. Listen, everybody. If you're easily spooked, if there's any kids watching, if you don't like surprises, I'm telling you right now to stop watching, because I can feel the hair on the back of my head stand up. Sadie? And at this point, right Sadie? About here. Baby, don't go over there. Okay, now I cut, let me pause, let me hide this for a second. Remove. So, my friends, what I did when I was editing my video is I cut it. It's an editing tool. You can cut your video and you can insert other things. So, as part of a fun Halloweenish kind of a thing, I tried to set the stage of saying, Sadie. Now, listen, I could see Sadie moving around inside the building. So I got down kind of low. Let me show you all some of the secrets. So I got down low so you couldn't see her in the building. I was hoping she would jump out and be the scare us all. So I got down low and I'm like, Sadie, hoping she'd come out. The little goats were like, Sadie, what are you doing? Sadie, how do you get it? Whatever. And I kept thinking she would jump out. She never did. So instead, I'm like, dang it, that was a great opportunity for a good boo, a boo moment. And so instead, I just went ahead and cut my video and I inserted some kind of a scary face right there. Let me show you why I did not continue the video. Can you get out of there? How'd you get in there? Can you come back out or not? Sweetie, can you come out? I can feel the hair rising on the back of my head. Sweetie, that's not scary at all. That's not even, no one's going to be scared of that. No one's going to be scared of seeing you peek over the edge, sweetie. If we're going to make a horror movie, I need you to be a lot better actress than that right there, okay? Now, can you do something scary? Don't make me edit. Don't make me edit. Oh, let's try it again. You ready? I'm going to go ahead and remove that. I didn't want to edit. I didn't want it to add some scary stuff.
I wanted her to jump out at the camera.
I would have loved if the same way she jumped in, if she would have jumped out, and then that could have been very scary, and that would have been funny and cute and still Halloweenish. Because I'm like, I can feel the hair on the back of my head, you know. And I even put, I'm like, adult content. I'm trying to get y'all. I'm trying to make y'all. Remember when you used to go to the movies? You sit there and watch like this. Do you do that? When I was watching scary movies, man, I'd put my hand over my face and I would have to, I'd have a very small hole to peek at. And that's the way I'd be sitting there watching scary movies. And so just remember that horror, science fiction, comedy, drama, thrillers, those are all part of entertainment, y'all. There are so many genres in entertainment. And what we did today, that happened today, down in them woods while taking our goats for a walk, was to bring you even more entertainment. A lot of that was the goat walk. Some of that was talking about what was going on with the whole local fire department. And a little bit of that was a boo, scary moment, all part of entertainment. And that's what we do for free for you every single day. Not every third day, not only on the weekends, but every single day. Someone's talking about the eye roll. Yes, eye rolling, y'all. We can roll eyes too. And I'm not embarrassed for calling those ladies out. Those ladies can go somewhere else. What, Jamie? Talk before I get on my roll.
What I was going to say is when I first met you, it was fall. And when we were talking before I actually met you in person, and you would message me in your breaks at school, and I would say, how did class go? And you would say that you just got done telling your kids a scary story.
Yeah.
And what's neat is when we first started dating, and it would be like Saturday night, and Lex was there, or things like that, Lex and Connor, he would be like, he would want to tell them a scary story. And I think you've done that with all your nephews and nieces, and like that's just part of who Lester is. So Halloween is very much a season that Lester loves year round, as far as stories go, and likes to be the creator of thought, I guess. And you always have, from what I understand.
But hold on, Jamie. That was not Halloween. That was spring break. That was spring break.
I think you find
I look for any excuse to have fun. I look for any excuse to have fun. And we did have fun. That was when you got, remember you got plastic surgery in Mexico from the back of a van. Remember that?
I can't forget it.
Hey, if y'all ever want to see that video, this is how the thumbnail looks. Some memories shouldn't last a lifetime. Spring break 2021. Y'all, that was darn near 3 years ago. Okay, that was a long time ago.
All I know is I am in the Cancun airport with toilet paper wrapped around my head that I took from the restroom, where people looked at me like I was losing my entire mind. And I haven't watched that video in 2 years and watched it today and laughed hysterically. So yes, Lester creates nonstop. That's how his mind works. And what I've always said is, the things that would happen to him between the house and the mailbox, the videos that he would come back with, pure magic happened to him. And when I would go to the mailbox, I just went to the mailbox and couldn't see what he saw. And that's what makes all of the stories and the videos and the things so engaging. But I absolutely love the creativity. And when he gets a thing in his head about let's do this. I think some of my favorite times are driving in the truck and going, well, let's do this twist to it, and sort of strategizing about how we do it. And I think Halloween for us is, this is why I say Halloween. Halloween is the most repetitive, like condensed time where we do so many of them.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's true. I do agree. I would agree. Now, Christmas gets pretty big. We can actually start planning Christmas
the day after Halloween.
Yes, the day after. Yes, it's true.
And he's not talking about the decorations, the tree, or the gifts. He's talking about the videos.
I know. I listen. I really do take this job seriously, y'all. I take this job very seriously, and this is my job. My job is a video creator. I like to entertain. I like to have fun. I like to laugh and play. And that's the way everybody, I would hope, should live. I want to address one thing real fast, because it's not the first person. Tammy, I don't mean to embarrass you, but as you're pleading with me to stop making all of your videos about idiots. So, Tammy, I make 300. Let me hide that. No one wants to see that.
I'm
right
like,
there.
everybody's looking at my toilet paper face. Can we?
Tammy, Lester has made 365 videos on YouTube for one channel, and 365 other videos on YouTube for a different channel. And so bottom line is, I make hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of videos a year, and only very few are about the idiots.
I don't think any videos are actually just about that. I think.
Well, I can address it. I am allowed to address, because that's what we do as a blog or a vlog. VLOG is the word for it. It's a video log, like a diary. And so you are absolutely able to talk about things that excite you, things that sadden you, the hurts, the pains, and the things that bother you. And because that's what makes us real. That's what makes us real, is the fact that we can share. And so I out of the hundreds and then the thousands, if you count, of videos that we create, Jamie's right, none of them, maybe one or two, are only about those people only. But it's absolutely fine to mention things that bother you. Well, ultimately, what I'm hoping that you'll learn, Tammy, and everyone else who keeps saying similar things, is that this is our home. This channel is our home. And like my nanny always said, when you come to my kitchen, you eat my cooking. And that was normally said right beside her spanky stick. You come to my kitchen, you eat my cooking. And so we would go to Nanny's kitchen and we would eat her cooking. And so here you're in Lester's kitchen, or you're in Jamie's kitchen. And so you either eat our cooking or you don't come to our kitchen. Does that make sense to you? Is that mean? Am I being mean? I'm not trying to be mean, but even mean is okay.
So when I see it, I understand that, because I was told the same way at my grandma's house, and I've eaten some stuff that, man, I did not want to eat, but I loved it.
Absolutely, but we were in the kitchen, so we had to eat it.
I see it more of like a relationship. So when something in your relationship is bothering you, you can either swallow it down so long that one day it's going to explode, or you can talk about it with your people and kind of try to work through it, because that's where you get the most real, you want to be validated in your feelings and understood, and you hope that it can make people realize that words hurt and they can last a long time. And I think that that's where, and people have a choice then to not come back to the kitchen if they don't want what's served there. If you go to a restaurant that you hate, You don't go back.
Really?
And if you're in a relationship that you hate, you don't stay. So, I think it's important to be able to talk about what upsets you, what makes you happy, the things that bring you joy, and to be able to share that.
I'm guessing that some people are behind because they're just now seeing part of the video. I don't really know how that works. I don't really know exactly how a live works. So if you join a live late, I think it puts you into the live right where we're at the current time. So how are there people that are just now commenting on what happened like 10 minutes ago?
I think there's that many comments that it's taken a while for them to display.
Well, there are some comments that are straight up right timely, and then there's others that are so far behind. And then it makes me wonder, is it because some people have to see a commercial or they watch too much of the ad? Now, if those ads pop up, y'all, we talked about this. You skip them. You don't sit there and watch them ads, y'all. Because that's the only reason why I think that there could be some people so far behind.
Yeah, probably.
Is they're watching the full 2 minutes of ads.
Oh, and you can rewind the live on YouTube, they said.
Oh, you can rewind it and start from the beginning. I'm so sorry.
And people are slow
I didn't know.
typing.
I did not know.
Oh, yeah, people just said I type really slow.
Oh, okay. That's fine. I'm not trying to pick on anybody. I was just curious how that was working, though, because I didn't know you could do it that way. I had no idea. So what else is going on leading up to prom? This is probably the most busiest week of our life.
Prom week. And I'm
Lord.
so excited. I know that there isn't a man on Morrow Hill that is excited about prom. And maybe I told Lester, I was like, maybe I should have made this a mom prom. I just learned that phrase and looked up what it was, where a lot of women get together and they'll wear what?
I'm not leaving you. Our dogs are going crazy.
Okay.
Let me check. We've had coyotes coming around a
Yeah.
lot. That's not a Halloween prank.
It's not a Halloween prank. So I thought maybe I should have made this a mom prom, because I don't think any of the guys are excited about prom, like at all. But I hope that whenever people get here and that it goes on, it won't be like, middle school dance where the guys are on one side and the girls are on the other and that type of thing. I think it's going to be very fun, and we have a lot of activities planned. And I think that, I know I'm excited, and maybe selfishly that I'm just like drowning out everybody else. I don't know, but I'm also excited because Xander and Kendra are coming, and like that is making my whole heart just practically explode.
I'm kind of torn about it. I'll be honest. I do think that you can see the excitement amongst all of the women. That's everybody from Megan to Stephanie to Lissa. Obviously you, Lou. I can see it, man. When you guys are talking or texting, all the group texting with Brienne, I swear y'all are texting about it. And I don't know what you could talk so long about. And then all of your dressing videos and all of the outfit changes and all of these kind of things. I don't think any of us guys are doing any of that. I think we're pretty much wearing what y'all tell us to wear. And so, and then
isn't that, so let me just pause for just a second.
Okay.
Isn't that how like weddings go though too? Like, do you know a man personally in real life who is excited about the actual event of a wedding? Like, I can get being excited to marry the woman of your dreams and like that monumental thing. But do you know a man that's excited about like groomsmen and plates and types of cake and all like?
Oh, don't forget the floral arrangements.
Right.
The floral arrangements.
So, because I personally don't know a man that gets excited about that.
I'm just glad it's not just Morrow men, because I bet a lot of you ladies would probably say, you know what? I don't think I could convince my husband to go do this, or it would be a challenge. It would be a chore to get him off the couch or whatever he's doing to go off and do something like this. But we're going to do it. We're going to do it. We're doing it for the ladies. And I do believe that everybody's going to come. The only people I've not heard from would be Dustin and Jill. That's my sister Tina's oldest son and his wife. Those are a couple of his daughters who my mom babysits. And I don't think I've heard from Dusty a yes or a no. I don't know if
Doesn't he
you
work?
have.
Doesn't he work on Saturday nights?
He
That's
works.
probably part of
Dustin.
it.
Dustin is just starting out in an amazing job, and he's trying to work his way to the top. So he is a go-getter, and he can't do a lot of things because of his work schedule. So Connor and Lex will be here. I had to arrange it with Lex's mom to allow him to switch weekends so that he could be here. He already has his costume, which to Lex, it's a costume party.
Yeah.
It's not a decades dance. It's a costume party. So if you see a Fortnite character running around in someone's video, just know that to the kids, it's just their Halloween costume dress up.
Yeah.
All right. And then we're fine because, hey,
Whatever.
I'm pretty much dressing up in costumes. I will say this, both of my costumes or my outfits were bought from Amazon, and one was gifted to me by one of you. So I don't know if I'll change 3 times that night. I don't want to be the only guy who keeps changing clothes. Jamie has some kind of a weird thing where every time I change, she wants to change and vice versa.
We have to match.
So we match the entire night. I'm like, oh my gosh. But okay, whatever. We're going to set up some pretty lights and have kind of a walkway where when folks get here, they kind of walk down a walkway. We get some great pictures and some good video. And we're going to have a dance floor. We're going to have a DJ. We're going to have a lot of fun.
A photo booth.
We're going to have a photo booth. We're going to have the open bar. And, but guys, no one in my family are drinkers, like heavy drinkers.
No.
So you don't have to worry about people coming to our prom and drinking more than they should. Ben would be the youngest, the newest person of age. And so I'm certain that Tina and Rob will be here. So they'll make sure that Ben watches himself and that we watch him. You know, we're going to keep an eye on our family, obviously. But will you wear socks, Lester? Now, wait, yes, you mean on my feet, right? Because in my John Travolta outfit, I can't tell you what I'll be wearing under that thing.
You just gave away one of your outfits.
Is it a secret? Is it a secret?
We hadn't told that.
I didn't know it was a secret. No one told me it was a secret. Well, sorry. Can y'all just back that up and skip that part? Who's wearing the banana? Wait, I didn't say anything about a banana.
I think one of the boys.
So, so there is a Fortnite character who his name is Peely. And that's one of Lex's favorite characters to play his little video game. So that is the costume that Lex wanted my mom to buy him.
Really?
Yes.
I
and
didn't know that.
My mom bought him a giant banana that he's going to wear. So if you see a giant banana walking around,
it's a costume party.
It's to the kids. It's just a costume party. Let them have their fun. There will be music. We have to get with the DJ and give him a list of a song list.
I made a question of the day the other day that asked people what their favorite dance song was so that I could sort of have my memory struck.
That was a Paw Paw video. My dad can't keep a secret, y'all. My dad's worse than me. There's not a thing he can keep to himself. So go ahead, love.
No, I was just saying. So I got some of the ideas for the music from that
from
question of the day.
Okay.
But I think that I'm close to having that list finalized. So thank goodness, because there's a lot more to do this week.
And I'm going to address the person that talks about the dancing contest. Guys, I don't want to let you down. I can't say exactly how many moves everyone else has, but I do only have one move. One move, right? I have one move that my mama taught me a long time ago. I've incorporated a few different steps into it, but I have one move for every dance. And so every dance, it doesn't matter what decade, every dance, I'll do the same dance. So don't expect any kind of, hey, John Travolta, it may be the John Travolta outfit, but he's going to be doing the same 2000 or 1990 dances, okay? I can promise you that.
Hold on, you're gonna two-step, right?
As John Travolta, I will two-step, but not Urban Cowboy. That's all I know is my moves.
You two-step very well.
Well, that's because you don't know how to two-step till I taught you. So you have to do it the way I teach you. So you assume I'm a great teacher, even though in a room full of really good two-steppers, you might be saying, what the hell am I with this guy for? That's who I want to dance with. Country music, for anyone that's into country music, knows that it is evolving fast. Country music is evolving so darn fast to where everyone will tell you now that there is nothing easy about going to a country western dance saloon. There's nothing easy about it. If you could see the intricate and the workout of a dance that these people are putting on for other patrons of these clubs, you would be shocked. So I think in the old days, it was everyone would do a polka or everyone would do a two-step.
Can you polka?
I'm not good at too much of any of that kind of stuff. I can try anything.
Do you want to practice in the kitchen? Because I'm really good at polka.
We're not doing that on this live.
I don't mean in live. I just mean like I didn't even think about that because
Well,
I thought so. My heritage is German, so very much polka was the first dance that I learned.
So what I will do is turn the camera around. You go into the kitchen and show me, and then I'll do what you do.
No, polka's a two-person dance.
I know. You show me how to do it, and then I'll do it. I'm great. I'm great at follow me. I can play. That on the live. I can play the follow me game, but I'm not saying that I can just go over there and do it without seeing someone do it first. So
I will say that you are very good at the follow me thing. I've watched you with the boys when they did those Fortnite dances, and y'all were pretty incredible.
Everyone's screaming to do it, Jamie.
I'm not going to do it. No, I'm not going to do it. It's not going to happen.
I don't think that we included anything Michael Jackson, did we? Because not really. We're not really looking for Michael Jackson type moves. None of us can like really.
I included one.
You did include one Michael Jackson?
Yeah.
Okay. We're going to have fun, y'all. It's going to be a really fun night. We're hoping that our DJ can pull all of this together in time and find all of the songs. I don't know how that works. I have no idea. But it should be cool. And we're excited about it. And us guys will have a good time doing whatever you girls want us to do. Okay. I can promise you that. It's going to be from 7 until 10. So there'll be some folks get there late, fashionably late. That's going to happen. So I really can't guarantee anything will happen before 7. We're going to turn off our internet so no one can go live. No one's going live. So do not tune in on Saturday night hoping to see a live, because we're going to turn off our Wi-Fi. And so if anyone tries to go live, it'll be using their bars. And trust me, there ain't no bars here. Not on my phone. There's no bars. And we're in a metal building. So we're in a metal building. So they will have a really hard time. And that would ruin it for everybody. That really would ruin it for everyone who wants to actually see an edited video that shows, a quality product. You don't want to watch an inferior product. So I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't suggest that. All right. So what else, Jamie Cakes? Everyone's giving us song ideas now, but it's too late at this point. We have our list compiled.
We are down to one kitten.
Yes, down to one kitten. We had a really sweet lady come out today, all the way from Austin, Texas, and she came to get one. She ended up leaving with 2. That's how good I am. That's how good I am.
I think it's because she saw that baby in person and it was so sweet and how they loved on each other.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, she took the gray one. And so now all we have is one little tuxedo type kitty. And not to worry, if we find somebody who wants to offer that little girl a good home, then by all means, come and get her. And if we don't, then she will stay here with us and she will join our barn kitty. Stop saying house kitty. We already have our house cat, and that's Mr. Hank. And Mr. Hank does not want any friends. Jamie tried to introduce them, and Hank wanted nothing to do with her.
Hank gave it a little sniff and a little lick and then a hiss and was like, yeah, I don't want to be Uncle Hank today.
Yeah. So, anywho's, do we have anything else of significance?
You got it all squeezed into a really good amount of time, actually.
Well, that's very unlike me. I normally ramble on, but
can we play that ridiculous? Well, 2 things. Can we play 2 videos one more time?
Yeah. Your
fireman moment, which I think you downplayed, I think is really powerful, and I think that shows that we're a part of this community, and certainly a part of that fellowship of team in there. And then I was hoping that you could show one more time the ridiculousness of that April Fool's video.
Which one do you want to see first? Our April Fool's video?
Yes, let's go April Fool's first.
Okay, so first of all, in case you want to watch the full video, it's called Good Things Come in Threes.
On YouTube.
On YouTube. Let me type that in here. It might be on Facebook. I don't know how you could find it, though. Have you tried that yet?
I did not. You can't search on Facebook. That's the hardest thing.
All right. So in case you ever want to find it and play it yourself, on YouTube, you type in Good Things Come in Threes. And whenever you type in that,
Things come in threes.
You'll be looking for this thumbnail right here. I don't think you'll be able to miss it, okay? I don't think you'll be able to miss it.
Who else wears toilet paper on their head in an airport in
At
Mexico?
an airport. I'm surprised security did not come and pick us up.
Listen, people were looking and thought we were absolutely whack jobs. But I will say it was in the time of COVID. Like it was a year past COVID. It was the first time things opened up. And I think that people were more accepting of abnormalities than ever before during that time. They're just like, you do you. We don't want to look that way because we don't want to catch whatever you may have.
Yes. Can you imagine? Because we're still wearing masks there. You could take your mask off if you were eating or drinking.
Yeah.
But besides that, put it right back on. And so I was laughing. Obviously, mine was off.
Mhm.
Ellie's was off. But so let me tell you the premise of the video. Let me hide this just for a second. I'll put it back up. So in our video, Ellie got an invite to an international soccer championship. And all we had to pay for was our flight and our hotel.
Which is the whole thing.
Which is the whole thing. And ended up, the International Soccer Championship was nothing more than a bunch of kids out at a pool kicking around a soccer ball.
And Ellie is a grown man in this video.
And so Ellie that was 21. So he was a 21-year-old man in Mexico at a resort playing soccer with a bunch of kids as a part of his International Soccer Championship.
Yes.
Now, y'all, listen to how clever we were. The trip had already happened.
Yeah, we were home.
The trip had already happened when we got the idea. So all we do is take footage from that, and then we pretend to, I'm not going to tell you how it all works.
No, I really did wear toilet paper at the airport, though.
Yes, that part was real because that part we had planned ahead of time. But anyway, so three things happened. Good things come in threes. So I had been working out in preparation for our spring break trip, and I was ready to show off my body. And my friends, I did.
Which was really a shirt printed on.
I think people can figure that out, Jamie.
It looks pretty real.
And then LE was invited to the International Soccer Championship was the second thing. And the third thing is Jamie decided to have plastic surgery while in Mexico. She didn't care that it was in the back of a guy's van. That guy happened to be Fidel, who at the time worked with me.
Yeah.
And so he was all about having fun as well. Look, there's just now people talking about the polka. That's what I'm saying when people are so far behind. Anyways, it was a fun video, a funny video. And I'll play it again.
Things come in threes.
I don't really know why we're watching it again for.
Because it's hilarious.
All I had no spot. It's looking.
Okay.
Hello.
Since we're in Mexico, I think I want to have that procedure done. It'll be fine.
All right, so this here's, excuse me, con permiso, señor. Ella parece ser como esa mujer aquí. Okay, good.
Puede quitárselo cuando salga de México.
He says we have to wait until we leave Mexico. I hate me. Take it off. I don't know. This is just like it's like a whole new you. And I just cannot wait to see how beautiful my girl. Oh, I love you so much, baby.
Good morning, honey. Ah, thing. The whole idea stemmed from that dumb mask. That dumb mask popped up because I was looking for Lex's Halloween costume, and that thing popped up on Amazon. And
Things come in
that hideous, awful thing. I showed him. He goes, "We have to think of a way to use that thing."
And we did.
And we
It
did.
worked out great. It was a wonderful video, a lot of fun. So we have fun, y'all. We are more than just animals. Remember that. Good things come in threes. If y'all ever want to go watch that, the full length video. That's been 3 years ago, because this
Almost.
year will be spring break 2024. That was 2021.
Yeah.
So that's been at least 2.5 years ago.
Yeah.
And we've been doing this since 2017 or 18. How long have we been making videos?
18.
So let's remember our Halloween videos. Last year, it was The Cabin in the Woods.
Mm-hmm.
That featured Miss Pat and the little girl, Judith. The year before that was at the Dancing Shadows, the shadow dancers over at I'm a Survivor Sanctuary. And that in that video, shadows kept showing up in people's videos. We incorporated shadow figures in a lot of videos. And some of you guys caught those Easter eggs in those that we would drop. And then it led up to one big finale. The year before that was the pond dweller. It was called the Pond Dweller. And that may have been the first year that we actually did a Halloween special.
We did Bigfoot, though.
Oh, we did Bigfoot. Yes, we did sightings of Bigfoot the year before that.
That was probably the first year.
Yes, that was the first year. But we have had so much fun, and we're not going to let 10% of the people ruin it for us. So for everyone that Halloween's not your thing, for either the fact that you want only animals, listen to me. Go find your happy place. I'm going to end the live. Well, you want to show them one more video, you said, don't you?
I do. I think that other people join and may not have caught this moment. And this is a moment to be proud of.
As an honor on you.
It might be a lie.
You want me to stand over here? Listen, I didn't dress for this.
Okay.
Only less than an hour about dressing.
I am. I see 2 cameras stuck on me. It says tarantula.
It might be.
What's going on here? Seriously.
Don't be scared of it. Okay? You ready?
No?
Here you go.
What in the world is this? Oh, no, you did not. Oh. Hold on. Can y'all see this?
Aww.
It says Longhorn Lester is a honorary member. Even though I can't even climb that damn ladder. Y'all gonna let me represent as an honorary member? Oh boy. What's going on here? Anyway, yes, so I am the newest member of the South Polk County Volunteer Fire Department. I want to end tonight on a very serious note, if you don't mind. This is going to address not only the 10%ers, but even the 90%ers. It's going to address you and me and everybody. I want you to think about something that a sweet lady messaged and talked to me about. We were emailing or texting, I forgot. And she said that you have to imagine your life being like a book with empty pages. Now, every book has a different number of pages. I mean, some books could be longer and some could be shorter, but every page is empty. And your life determines what is written into your book. And so every day, the actions, the kindness, the love, the compassion that you show to each other or to your animals or to your partner or to your children or your grandchildren or your neighbor, to your God, all of those things are being recorded in your book. And at the same time, all of the hurt and the pain and the anger and the frustration. And you have to ask yourself this question at the end of the day, at the end of your book, is it going to be a book worth reading? Is your book going to be one that's going to help the world? Is it going to change a life? Is it going to better? Is it going to represent who you want your book to represent? And so I just ask you to think about that for a minute and know that every day and every comment you are the authors of your book. You are. Jamie's the author of her book, and I'm the author of my book. And each of you, I could sit here and just call out the names as they fly by. Each of you are the authors of your own book. Make your book count, y'all. Make your book be worth reading. Anything you want to add to that?
That's powerful.
This is your book, y'all. This is your life. And I will say this, just watching Lex and how fast he's growing up, it hit me today. I just looked across the pasture and I saw my 11, almost 12-year-old son out there playing football in the front yard. And I'm like, dang, that's not what I really said, but it's true what everyone says, that life happens. It just flies by in the blink of an eye. This little kid went from a little bitty munchkin to now he's a kid who's running full speed down our little football field, catching passes over his head. And I'm like, where did that come from? Where did life happen so fast? And I'm with him all the time. And so don't waste a minute of this precious life by doing this on page after page after page. It's not too late. It's not too late to change the ending of your book. Doesn't matter how old you are, how old you feel, because I feel pretty darn old. And then your book could be a short story, or your book could be a chapter book. It could be a novel. I like to think that our books are like novels. You know, Jamie asked me, I don't mean to get personal, but we were driving back from I'm a Survivor a couple of hours ago. And she says, where do you think we would be right now if we weren't doing social media? Where do you think that we'll be in 5 years once social media has done passed us by? And I told her, I don't know, because I don't remember my life before social media. Do you? I don't remember. And she goes, well, what did you used to do for fun? I'm like, I don't remember. I don't know. But what I do now, I hope to feel like, is adding to my book. And for the people that get a blessing, get an uplift, who get some kind of motivation or inspiration from the pages that they're reading, that's what I do for fun. That's what I do to make my life or my book purposeful. I know you feel the same way.
I do. I absolutely do.
Anywho, we don't mean to keep you guys all night. We don't want to go off on some deep tangent and run off lollygagging about this and that. But just know that this is your book. And you don't have to be one of those 10%ers. You don't have to be the person who draws the eye rolls or that people wish would go away. End it up for us, baby. End it strong. End it strong.
You know, I always say that you give us the greatest gift of all, which is your time, and we hope that you see that we give that in return as the same hopeful greatest gift to you as well. And I think that to tie into Lester's book here is that make your pages worth it, and something that you would be proud that your kids would read and learn from. And you know, it's just a really powerful message of your legacy is what you make it, not what anybody else makes it.
Yeah, that's true. Thank you all for loving us, and thank you for giving us the greatest gift, which is your time. And we will catch you guys on the next video. It's more spooky stuff to come. Good night, guys.
Good night, y'all.
All right, Jamie.
Survivor. I'm a survivor, survivor. Who will be the ultimate survivor? Let's find out when you spend a day in our shoes. All you creators, our sanctuaries waiting. Who will win the title? Well, it could be you. Survivor, survivor. I'm a survivor.